Hello and welcome to this PPI stream. We have about 4 minutes left. So I'm looking for dollar weakness. Hopefully that might also continue more today, and more than anything else, we'll see what happens next. So I said yesterday I was looking for, in Discord, I posted charts of saying, okay, what if we have a pullback on New Zealand dollar, US dollar coming lower? What if we had a pullback on, what if we had a dollar pullback as well? And what if we had a British pound pullback? But that kind of never happened. And what if we had a dollar yen pullback that never happened? Okay, it did, but it never did as much as I wanted to. And what if dollar Swissy did what I thought it would do, but nothing really happened? So I really hope that right now, as of today, as of what's going to happen next on PPI, together with the CPI from yesterday, is going to teach us enough that we might have a stronger dollar for a minute or two, and then looking for those shorts. So we had 2.4 yesterday. That's kind of like the background of everything. Today we are, Mark is expecting 3.6 or so, and 3.3. So we'll see how, or what that leads to more than anything else. So yeah, very much welcome, chat. Hope that you are having a great day. I am. But I'm gonna trade. So let me see if we can find my phone, so like I can have multiple things, because MT4 more than anything else does not like volatility events. So let me see. I would prefer if if pound dollar could do what I want to do. So we'll just leave it alone and see if that's what kind of lead to it. That one. So that would be about 50, not 57. About 129.4, 129.2. Sorry. Yeah. All right. For those who were there from yesterday's stream, we were about there when we were yesterday. So we have gone a bit higher, I think about 100 pips higher or something, 170. So that would have been a great trade to just buy into my market entry at higher high, but that's not a part of my strategy. I need to have a pullback. So give it a go. It's about 15 seconds left. Trading is risky for everyone. Don't invest money you cannot afford to lose. And yeah, good luck. Boom. There it is, coming in 3.3, 2.7. No. That's dollar weakness. That should be dollar weakness on the get-go. 3.3 lower than previous, lower than expected. 2.7 lower than previous, lower than expected. Month over month, horrible. Revised up from 0 up to 0.1, but now this one is negative 0.4, and core month of month is negative 0.1. So really bad, really negative numbers, and I don't think that's going to help the stock market whatsoever to do their job. I think that they are going to have a harder time to, but I guess it could still go higher, but I think they would have a harder time rising, where we are seeing businesses having a struggle and having an issue. Oh, I was supposed to do that. Sorry. Nobody told me. Cool. So New Zealand pullback, pound pullback, nope. Euro pullback. I don't like it. Australian dollar, yeah, okay, maybe. That would more than anything else be a new higher high, higher low. We can see the entry from this morning, and oops, that was not the one. So to me, it's what can we do now? Something like that would be great. That will take some hours. Dollar Swissy turning lower, dollar CAD turning lower. Was there any Canadian stuff now? No. And yen pairs are turning higher-ish. Okay, they are coming all the way down. Remember that America still has 125 pips, 125% on Japanese goods, so that still is a risk in the market. Okay, what can I say? Monday, Friday. What I'm looking for is a bit of a deeper pullback. I don't like that we went from 120, 112 to about 114, so it's about 200 pips or so in 1-2 candles. It's a bit too fast for me. I've seen news that we are in a situation where we have continuous at least reports that we might see a dollar exit. People are losing confidence that the United States is going to be upholding it's part of the deals, and therefore we have an unprecedented dollar weakness. So for me, more than anything else now, I believe that it's quite an easy target to test. Okay, we are going to go above 150.58. It's easily going to make higher highs. How high? Don't know. We are now down at 90 on the dollar. We have not been down to 90 since 2022. But of course, we can, or for that matter, 2020. So we can definitely continue lower. There is no problem in that. PPI today, helped with that situation, and I think that going forward, it's going to continue weakening. I don't know if it's going to continue weakening in the same manner and the speed is currently falling in, because these candles are quite big and quite large. But there is two ways to roam here. There is, number one is to sell the smaller pullbacks. That happens, but that's very aggressive. That normally where stop losses are, and continuing lower. And yeah, most retail traders are shorting euro dollar at the moment, so we'd be buying dollar, and they're currently 400 pips in loss on a euro dollar, about 109 on average. We're currently at 113.50. So you would then imagine that this potentially at least will continue higher. My only problem with that idea is that we have rates target for the month, more the conservative and the aggressive. That means going forward, we're gonna have less and less volume, even though the idea is still there, and even though it's very much also very much the idea, very much the direction of everything. But since we are going so fast and so quick on it, I don't know if I like it. And what do I mean by that kind of scenario is this, where we kind of peak and then we, for that matter, have like 100 or 200 pip move lower before we again turn higher again. So that's kind of what I don't know if I'm scared about per se, but I don't like us going rapid higher. So yeah. I think that's pretty much Australian dollar. Did not have the pullback I wanted, or I had it earlier, but I want it again now. Euro dollar is currently having its own issues. Pound is struggling to make a new high, so I hope that by Monday or so. So kind of how that looks like is when we have like a rise on a Friday, for that matter. So that we have like this pullback, and then we turn higher on Monday London Open, if and since we didn't do that today. So a bit of a drift lower, and as you can see here, like we had like a drift lower at up until the open, and then the open raised higher, so it went higher, but it wasn't deep enough for me. And again, pound is pound, so I wouldn't say we are at resistance, even though we are at resistance, but I don't think this is going to hold. So going forward is get pullbacks. We'll see how market behaves around those levels and then take it higher. New Zealand, same thing, coming up to resistance. I really wanted to either break or turn lower and then turn higher. Those Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, pound dollar is kind of my favorites at the moment. Dollar CAD, dollar Swissy has already continued lower, continued to fall lower, and I have kind of I don't have any business to be part of those because I don't know how well. I'm generally not profitable on them, so it doesn't matter. So I'll just let them be. Euro New Zealand, I have a couple of days ago said that potentially could be a sell setup. We have gone a bit higher. It still doesn't change anything in my world, but you know, it's again. Is a theory. We haven't really turned around yet, even though that's a really great candle. I need now, more than anything else, break lower, continuation. So I need that too before I can sell Euro New Zealand. And that's, I don't know if that's even the direction I want to take it, because it's supposed to go higher. Aussie dollar yen, a bit of a deeper pullback. I had a bit of a trade on here, and it doesn't seem to be very profitable at the moment, or even in luck. So what I want to do going forward is to go higher high, higher low. For that matter, that's the bullishness of it. But also we have very strong yen now. We have very strong Aussie. So it's kind of like, where am I going to go? And we have seen a very strained move lower, so I don't think this is a great pair at the moment as we stand. Euro yen made a new high, came back lower in comparison to the Aussie yen and the CAD yen and the pound yen. They have all fallen lower, which again comes from the strength in the Japanese yen, which is enlarged by inflation and the current risk environment that we have with China, so it makes sense. That's why I'm on dollar and try to avoid these yen pairs now. And as you can see, it's just range bound. I'm not called out these trades, so there is that. And then dollar yen, what I wanted to do earlier today, hasn't really turned into something great. Oopsie. So that's kind of where I am. Dollar weakness. Now inflation is turning lower. It's showing us that it's turning lower, and that's kind of what I want, and that's what I need. I need proof that we are going lower. So it's, you know, have a pullback, make a new video on Sunday, see what Friday does now. I don't have anything else to do here now other than I didn't get what I want. I didn't get the pullback I want, and now we can just turn higher and then get an even worse price on Monday. But then again, it's about the setup. It's about the situation that we were in more than, and the environment that we're in more than just buying the highest high, because if we get a 200 pip pullback, I'm not going to survive it. So I'm not interested. I am not interested. So yeah, thank you guys for joining in. I think it was great. New higher high New Zealand. I think we can do that or that. We'll see what they do, and then we'll take course action later. And I need to break here and continuation for that. So yeah,